How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. I want to give you an update on CleanSpark today because they just came out with some preliminary results from the first quarter. Now, I want to walk you through the math, what they're expecting this year, what they're expecting towards the end of the year, and what they're expecting next year in terms of revenue. So right off the bat, we can see that the crypto market is kind of crazy today. It's not looking good. We have Voyager, which is down almost 16%, Marathon, which is down 12%, Riot, which is down 11%, CleanSpark, which is holding up a little bit better at minus 7%, Ethereum, Bitcoin, both down, Palantir, which isn't crypto at all, but I wanted to keep track of them, so I put them on here too. And then Coinbase is down too. Dogecoin is the only thing that's up today, along with GameStop, it seems, and some other big cap companies, or some other large cap companies. But we have actually gotten pretty good information out of CleanSpark today. So if you guys don't mind hitting the like button, I appreciate that. Please hit subscribe if you haven't done that already. If you guys want, you can check out WeBull down below. You can deposit $100, get 2 free stocks, and they're allowing you to start trading Dogecoin, I believe. I think it's a beta. So definitely check that out if you're interested. Otherwise, if you guys want, there is a link down there to BlockFi to get an interest rate on your cryptocurrency and up to $250. But today we got this announcement that CleanSpark added $16.2 million into their microgrid contracts, a 220% improvement. So they are going to report their quarterly earnings on May 7, 2021. So we just have to wait a couple more weeks here. They increased their backlog of executed contracts, and it has gone up to 23.5 million, representing an increase of 16.2 million since February 12th. So this is nice to see. This is from the original side of their business, which is the grid side of their business. Now, this is not going to be the significant revenue driver for them. So the numbers that I broke down today are mostly focused on their mining side of their business because that's where they're putting all the money. So we can throw in a couple extra million a month from this microgrid side of their business if we want. I think that would probably be good. So just remember that. But they really give us the update on their Bitcoin mining business too, which is what a lot of us want to see because this is really a Bitcoin mining play now more than an electric play in my mind. So the company produced more than 144 Bitcoin. And this is just for this quarter. They have 205 since acquiring their mining operations. Now, obviously, they're increasing their mining a lot, and I'll break down their numbers here in a second. But they're holding 143 Bitcoins on their balance sheet, all of which have been produced by its mining operations. So they're selling some of them. I think they said they were going to keep between a half and 2/3 of their Bitcoin. Obviously, they're bullish on Bitcoin over long term, so why sell it in their, I think, is their thinking. Total hash rate capacity is expected to increase to over 1.1 EHS by August 2021 and exceed 3.2 by September 2022. As far as I know, they hadn't given this number for next year yet. Now, they're going to have to secure a lot more miners. This is going to be something that's very expensive to do, but they are still reiterating this 1.1 by August, which gives us right around 6 Bitcoin a day. They're expecting 6 to 7 Bitcoin a day at that difficulty level and around 18 to 20 Bitcoin per day at 3.2. This growth rate is going to be pretty significant. So in my numbers, I'm being very cautious, and I'm saying that from September of this year to September of next year, I'm saying they're not going to increase at all. So they're saying that they're going to increase about 1 Bitcoin per day per month. I'm just going to be cautious, and I'm going to say from September this year to September next year, they're mining the same. So let's take a look at what they're going to do. So this quarter, I expect their Bitcoin mining revenue to be around $8 million. So if we just multiply the 55,000 times 144 Bitcoin, which they mined this quarter, of course, their balance sheet will improve a little bit too because they were holding onto some Bitcoin last quarter, and obviously Bitcoin's appreciated a good amount, and we have to assume a certain number for Bitcoin. I'm assuming 55,000 in my estimates here. Now, looking at the rest of the year, so from this part of the year through July is when we're going to have this Bitcoin mine capacity that we have now. I have broken it down. It's about 1.85 Bitcoin a day at about 55,000 per Bitcoin. That's about 100,000 per day, 102,000. Now, there are 211 days between the beginning of the year and end of July when they're expecting to hit this next number. Now, again, this is kind of cautious because I'm saying that there's going to be no growth, and they keep on getting orders and orders and orders of these Bitcoin miners, so it's going to steadily increase. I'm being cautious, though. We're going to say in this part of the year with 1.85 Bitcoin a day at 55,000, that's a revenue of about 22 million. This is not including the grid side of their business, but I'm just, again, playing it cautious, saying there's pretty much nothing from that side of their business. Then August through December, we expect this to be about 6 Bitcoin a day, 55,000 per Bitcoin, $330,000 a day. Now, they're 153 days, so $50 million. So throughout the rest of the year, not accounting for their grid side of their business, about $72 million. Now, this is a large increase from last year when they hit about $10 million, but next year is where it really ramps up. So using the same calculations of 6 Bitcoin a day through August, we have a revenue of about $80 million. But when we increase it, again, they're expecting a steady increase, but we're saying we're just going to add it all September. That gives us about $1 million worth of revenue a day, and that is accounting for about $120 million overall, so $200 million worth of revenue. That puts us at about a 3 price to sales ratio. This is massive compared to what they reported last quarter. At the end of last year, they reported about 2.26 million, which was lower than analysts' expectations of 2.83. So they were about 20% lower than what analysts were expecting, but we should see a massive growth in this first quarter. We might see revenue growth, like I said here, about $8 million worth of Bitcoin mining, and then maybe a couple more million in grid. We might see a revenue growth of 300 to 400% this quarter alone from last quarter. So it should be interesting to see how the market reacts. Now, analysts are saying that they expect a 211% revenue growth. Now, I don't know how accurate this is. This is on Seeking Alpha, and this is apparently through 2 fiscal years forward. This is way too small because they're going to grow 300% just over the first quarter, and they're going to keep on adding. So they're going to beat these expectations for sure very quickly. So it will be really interesting to see, and this does not account for any increase in Bitcoin. I mean, some people are saying $100,000 per Bitcoin by the end of the year. Some are saying 400,000, 500,000. So if it hits 100,000, it's going to almost double all these numbers that I gave here today. And it probably will cause the difficulty of mining to go up a little bit too. So they might mine a little bit less because of the fact that there will be more profitability. There will be more people that are trying to add more miners at pretty much any cost possible just to get more miners. So you have to consider that too. So there is a little bit of an inverse relationship, but obviously Bitcoin going up in price is going to be more good for this company than is going to be bad for this company. Over the long term, I think we're looking at massive revenue. If it keeps on falling like it is today, I might pick up a little bit more. I'm obviously a little bit heavy in crypto, so I'm cautious about adding too much more, but these revenue estimates are really high. So thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for checking out WeBull and BlockFi down below. Bye.